Yes, we can. We can see. You can make it full screen. Now it's okay.
Okay, right. All right. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon there. It's evening here in Malaysia. It's 8:36 p.m. Already. So my topic for presentation today will be the importance of economic, social, and psychological factors on money management among university students. My name is Wan Rashida. I am from the Faculty of Economics and Muamalat, University Science Islam Malaysia. So let me show you my presentation outline. Okay, the presentation outline, I have 6 topics that I would like to discuss. It starts with the introduction, followed by the review of the literature, and then I will discuss on the methodology of my research, and then later I will explain on the results and also give some discussion of the results, and finally conclude my presentation, right? So the introduction, I will be talking about the importance of money management. Why money management is very important for the university students, because they need to do their decision making later when they are graduated, and also when they become adult. Yeah? And why money management is very important to be discussed, especially among the university students, because now the financial market is very challenging, where there is an increasingly complex consumer choices available in the market, and there's the rise of bankruptcy among the young, and also they are very fragile to the financial fraud scams and also debt threats. Yeah? And then why is it important to be discussed now? Because past research, they focus on money management. However, their determinants would be in terms of the functional financial literacy, and they look at the debt management, and also they're looking at the credit card usage. However, for my study, I look at the economic, social, and psychological factors, which is not really looked after by the current researchers and also the past researchers. Okay, so the research objective of my study is to examine the importance of economic, social, and psychological factors on money management among university students in Malaysia. All right, so the literature reviews, I will discuss the literature reviews on the 4 important determinants, whereby the money management would be the dependent variable, and then the economic factors, social factors, and psychological factors will be the independent variable. Okay, money management has been discussed quite extensively in the literature. It is about how do we manage overspending, how do we minimize the chances of misleading on financial matters, and also how do we manage our financial debt. And among the earlier study that discussed the money management issues among the university students will be by Dings and Gira. The money management behavior is also being intertwined with the individual economic, social, and psychological factors. This has been studied by Bamford and his friends, and also McNair with his colleague, Peltier with his colleague, and also Topa with his colleague. Okay, in terms of the economic factors can be categorized into macroeconomics and microeconomics. And these microeconomics and macroeconomics, they will affect individual income, savings, investment, and also the spending pattern. And the study that showed the direct relationship between economic factors and university students' management behavior was conducted by Bamford et al. 2018, and also Bamford 2000 et al. 2017, Satira, and also Satira and her friends in 2018 and 2019. All right, in terms of the social factors will be about the social agents, which will directly influence the behavior of the individual. Social agents, for example, here would be the parents, the families, the friends, the colleagues, teachers, the media, and also the religion. And these social factors will affect and also can affect the individual state of mind, thinking, and conduct, and also will influence the financial behavior at the end. The final factor will be the psychological factors. The psychological factors is about human psychology, which involve the thinking process and also the self-concept or identity and also emotions. And based on the studies, there is a direct relationship between psychological factors and the money management behavior among the university students that has been conducted through research by the stated researcher. Having said that, so I have formulated 3 hypotheses for my study. The first one is there is a significant influence of economic factors on money management behavior. Second hypothesis would be there is a significant influence of social factors on money management behavior. And the final one would be there is a significant influence of psychological factors on money management behavior. So this is my research methodology. So I have summarized the research methodology in the table format. So the tools that I have used for this study is online survey to collect the data. The samples will be the undergraduates from higher institutions in Malaysia. The duration of data collection within 7 days, and it was conducted during the pandemic COVID-19. And the survey platforms will be the social media platforms, especially the WhatsApp and Facebook. The language of the questionnaire was English language, because English is widely spoken here in Malaysia. And I received 136 valid responses, which is valid to be analyzed. Okay? And then the software for the analysis is SPSS, and the analysis would be in terms of descriptive and also inferential statistics. Okay, in terms of the measurement items, the internal consistency reliability was shown here. So basically, all the measurement items are valid because it's above 0.7. And this is the results of the respondents, the profile of the respondents. In terms of gender, the male is about 25% and the female is about 74%. And it's very normal for the university in Malaysia to be popularized by the female instead of the male students population. In terms of the age, majority of them are recently enrolled to the university after their high school. The ethnicity, the majority of them are Malays. In terms of the program of the study, majority of them are non-business, and most of them represent the Islamic program. The year of the study, majority of them from the first year, and the CGPA, majority of them is the medium achiever, okay? 3.0 to 3.5 CGPAs. All right, so in terms of the correlation analysis here, if you look at here, there's a strong relationship between all the determinants and also the variable interested in this study. Okay, and in terms of the correlation matrix, so the hypothesis that was supported, only hypothesis 1 and 2, but hypothesis 3 is not supported. I will discuss on these results later. Okay, so in terms of the descriptive statistics, it shows that university students in this study experience a moderate money management behavior. So there's a lot more to be looked after, especially in terms of educating them about the importance of money management. And in terms of the economic factors, the mean score showed that the respondents somewhat agree that they were equipped with knowledge and budgeting skills and aware of financial concepts. Perhaps because Malaysia has educate the Malaysian, especially the young ones, about the importance of money management. We have the Bank Negara program, which encourage the students or the young ones to save while they are still young, whenever they get money from the a festive season, for example. So they are encouraged to put it in the bank. The average mean score of the social factors suggests that social agents influence students, university students' money management behavior. So the parents, especially the ones that have the main influence to the university students. And finally, in terms of the psychological factors, indicate a strong influence of the psychological factors on money management behavior. Okay, however, the discussion in terms of the multiple regression analysis will be somewhat different, whereby the economic and social factors only shows the significant influence of money management behavior compared to psychological factors. So my study does not consistent with the previous studies which mentioned that psychological factors have an influence on the money management behavior. However, although it is not supported, perhaps because the sample size is small, so there should be another study being conducted in order to explore more in terms of the psychological factor. Okay, so for the conclusion, my study discussed on the influence of economic, social, and psychological factors on university students' money management behavior in Malaysia. And the results indicated that economic and social factors are statistically significant in influencing the money management behavior of the young adults. However, psychological factors are not significant. It has also been seen from the result that the economic factors are the most influential factors in money management behavior, which is consistent with prior studies. Therefore, the education in the financial program in Malaysia should be continue and strengthened by all the parties, by the family, by the education institution, by and also by the government. Right, so that's all for my presentation.
Okay, thank you for this valuable paper and timely finished your papers. So actually, you don't have to finish in 15 minutes because we have lots of time. But I would like to ask one question. You conducted one survey to the students, but I am curious about the students department. Which departments they are from?
Oh, okay.
Their Islamic faculty or another faculty? Which is the department of the students?
Okay. Some students from the architecture, some students from the medical background. I mean the medical program, which is non-business program.
So you didn't choose any specific faculty or department. You choose all kind of department.
No, I blasted to all the students at the higher institutions. I don't go for the specific.
Okay, I would like to ask one question too. What do you mean economic factors? You said economic, social, and psychological factors, but what is in the economic factors? There's any sub factors under the economic, social, and psychological factors?
Yeah, for the economic factors will be in terms of hold on, yeah. Okay, in terms of their savings, in terms of their knowledge in terms of the how do they save, how do they manage their income, how do they pay the bills, basically. My focus will be in terms of the microeconomics, not the macroeconomy. Macroeconomy you cannot control, right? The micro one you can control because it is related to the individual.
Oh, okay. So when you measure these factors, did you use any measurements, any scale to measure these factors? Is there any specific scales on this topic?
Yeah, there's a questionnaire which asks on the economic factors that I mentioned, and I use the 5-point Likert scale. So from the strongly disagree to the strongly agree.
Okay, and when we look at the results, can we see any differences between the correlation with, for example, according to the departments? For example, did you look at this?
Or the differences?
According to department, the results, if the results change or not. For example, from the Islamic faculty, the economic factors affect the money management, or for example, business management students, they don't affect, economic factors don't affect their money management. Is there any results about this?
Yeah, but it's in a different paper that I discussed that. It's not in this paper.
Okay.
So there is a difference between the students represent a different program. There is differences in terms of their understanding on the economic factors, in terms of the psychological factors, and in terms of the social factors. The most, when I look through in a glance, the Islamic students program, the students who are in the Islamic program, Islamic studies program, they more attached to the religious social factors when they decide on the financial behavior.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
as compared to the other programs.
Okay.
Are you from this university?
I am from Sakarya University.
And your background would be?
My bachelor degree is business administration, but master and doctorate degree are from Islamic economics and finance. I finished my doctorate at Sakarya University 1 year ago. Now I am assistant professor at Sakarya University Islamic Economics and Finance department. Your department is also Islamic economics or just economics?
Mine is from marketing department, but I am under the faculty of economics and marketing. Perhaps we can do a study comparing the Turkey university students and the Malaysia university students in terms of their money management.
Yeah, it will be good. So you did some tests about economic, social, and psychological factors, but maybe it can be better to compare the Islamic economics and finance department students from that department, students from that department in Malaysia and that department from Sakarya University. But there is one there's a disadvantage about the Sakarya University, because we opened last year our bachelor program, so we have just 20 students. Maybe to statistically analyze this, it cannot be work. So maybe other from, for example, Karatay students from Karatay University, because they have more students than us. Maybe it can be done from Karatay University or Istanbul Sabahattin Zaim University, because they opened this program I think 5 or 6 years ago. That's why it can be better. Okay, nice to meet you, Dr. Wan Rashida. thank you for contribution with this valuable paper. Inshallah, you will publish this paper in high quality journals.
Inshallah.
Okay, this session, I think there's
No one else
no one
coming.
here, so we can end this session here. Okay, thank you. We end this session here. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.